Before we begin, I invite you to gently close your ears and focus on what remains when all external sounds fade away. It's like sitting in a quiet room, and after a while, you notice a subtle ringing or hum beneath the silence. If you listen closely, you'll start to experience this soft, constant presence, something that feels like the very fabric of reality itself. In quantum physics, it's said that everything is connected at the most fundamental level, and that everything we see is just a manifestation of deeper, unseen energy. What you are hearing, or rather feeling, is that same energy, that same field of potential. This subtle ringing is what we call the sound of silence. It's not just an abstract concept or some external force. It's the very essence of you. Everything we discuss in this session and the ones to come will be about this sound of silence. It is not something separate or different from you. It is you. This exploration is about realizing that the sound of silence is your own inner being, your most fundamental nature, the stillness from which all life arises. You are that, the very presence behind everything. When I say the eyes record something, it's important to realize that the witness, or the one who observes through these eyes, is not confined to the eyes alone. The observer, or witness, sees through multiple senses, including hearing. For instance, even if the eyes are removed, sight still exists because it is not dependent on the instruments like eyes or ears, which are created and destroyed naturally without my interference. I haven't created this body, but because it exists, I perceive things. This perception happens on its own. I don't actively control it. The key here is understanding the nature of the witness, whether there is a different witness in each body or if the witness is one singular entity across all. The truth is, there is only one witness, and thinking of myself as separate from it is what creates the illusion of bondage. I mistakenly consider myself as different from the witness, but in reality I am that witness. When I remove the perception of external objects, emotions, or thoughts, I realize that without sight, those things cease to exist. Without the witness, everything loses its meaning. I am not the body, not just the physical form. I am the light of awareness itself. All problems arise because I confuse myself with the body or the instrument through which the light of consciousness shines. This body, like a bulb, can be destroyed, but the light, consciousness, cannot be extinguished. Just as electricity exists everywhere, so does consciousness, and I am that consciousness. This body is merely an instrument, and as the instrument changes, my experience of the world changes. For instance, if I place a microscope in front of my eyes, my perception of the world alters, but I, the sight, remain unaffected. I am still the one witnessing, regardless of how the world appears through different instruments. The world is seen through these instruments, but my consciousness, my awareness, remains unchanged. Memory plays a role here by making judgments about the different instruments, whether one is better or worse, but this is all relative. The world and the instrument arise and fade together, but the witness remains constant. Consciousness is like space, omnipresent and unaffected by changes in the material world. Even during deep sleep, when the senses are not active, my awareness doesn't disappear. The body functions like an instrument that displays an entire world, either through sensory perception when I'm awake or through recorded memories when I dream. I do not actively create these memories or dreams. They happen automatically within the instrument. During the waking state, I perceive the external world, and during dreams, I perceive memories. Both are simply different functions of the same instrument, and I, the witness, observe them. Sometimes unresolved impulses manifest in dreams, creating scenarios like being chased or falling, which are just ways for the mind to process fear or other emotions. Once the emotion is resolved, the dream ends. I experience the dream and its completion, but I often confuse myself with the dream. I think I am present in the dream because I see it, but I am also present when there is no dream, no perception. Even if my body is anesthetized and I don't feel pain, I am still there. This is because the instrument, the body, may be temporarily altered, but I, the witness, am not affected by these changes. In extreme cases, if parts of the body, like a hand, are severed, I may lose sensation in that hand, but that doesn't mean I cease to exist. The body may be damaged or die, but I, the consciousness, remain. This realization is crucial for self-understanding. Once I grasp that I am not the body but the witness that observes the body, the mind, and the world, all problems dissolve. Problems arise because I identify with the body, which is complex and full of issues. The human body, with its advanced nervous system, language, memory, and thought, is the most complicated instrument, and this complexity gives rise to equally complex problems. But if I stop identifying with the body and recognize my true nature as the witness, these problems no longer affect me. I am not the body or the mind, but the consciousness that perceives them. This body is an instrument through which I experience the world, but the body is not separate from the world. It is part of the same whole. The world exists within the body, and the body exists within the universe. They are not separate. If I remove the body, where does the world go? The body and the universe are intertwined. One cannot exist without the other. The universe gives rise to the body, and the body perceives the universe. This relationship can be understood in two ways, through its material cause and through consciousness. At the most fundamental level, the universe is made of some material substance, and that material substance is consciousness. I am that consciousness, the essence of the universe itself. Understanding this brings profound realization. Consciousness is the material cause of the universe, and it is not separate from the universe.